Hello, this is London calling. I would like to inform you that you are about to listen to a podcast. The views of the host and the guests reflect only their own and not that of the community as a whole. I hope you enjoy the podcast. And now, Eddie, with his band, will play the banter section.
You sending me bloody Yorkshire puddings. I fucking hate you for that.
I only sent it once.
Yeah, today.
Did I send it before?
Yes. Don't pretend.
No, this is the first time I sent it. I tagged you before in a Yorkshire pudding post.
Yeah, they all count. You do know that. I've only tagged you. I didn't send it to you. Okay. Yeah, they all count.
Okay, next time I'll send you a physical Yorkshire.
You fucking... I hate you so much. Hello everybody, this is the Talk About Podcast, a weekly podcast talking about cosplay, comic card, and everything else. I'm your host Eddie, and this week we are talking about when editing goes too far. Dum dum dum! Joining us on the podcast is Chapman of LPC Photography. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Just sending Yorkshire photos to Eddie.
No, you don't need to do that. You really don't need to do that.
I said Yorkshire, not Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, no, I still don't care. I know what you devious man, you devious person. Jesus Christ! Right, I want to say a couple of things. One, I'm very annoyed. No one messaged me to say why is there no podcast last week. No one messaged me. No one checked if I was alive or not. I took a week off and didn't mention it, and I was meant to, but I forgot. And I was going to do something else instead. But I got ill, and I wasn't well enough to record one, edit one, or do a supplementary one. So, but I was a bit annoyed. No one contacted me. So yeah. God, don't I sound pretentious?
Well, I thought you don't want me to contact you because every time.
Not you specifically. Not you specifically. The world in general. Just to say, I had I think I had a cold, which everyone like caught over the last week or so, and yeah, it hit me hard. So yeah, thumbs up for that. So yeah, I was not well. I was physically aching and all that. I was coughing left, right, and so yeah, the usual. Wasn't man flu. I'm not going to say it's man flu.
Con flu?
It can't be con flu if I didn't go to con. But yes, no, I am actually better now. I don't know how, but I'm better now. But I am better now. So yeah. But no. Anyway, now that I've got my grievances out of the way, Chapman, how are you? How are things with you?
Yeah, I'm good. Just on the job hunt again.
Oh,
you know how the video game industry is.
Oh yeah. We all know that. Yeah. Sorry to hear about your ordeal and all that. I mean, anything I can do to help with?
You want to hire me for a big salary?
Pass? Oh man, no, seriously. If you're in the video game industry and you need to hire someone, I mean, Chapman's available. So, yeah.
Right, enough of the awkward silence. Shall we get on to the topic?
Oh, stop doing the awkward silent thing. That really does scare the shit out of me. Because I'm like, I'm on
a job to annoy you.
I know, but I'm on a new rig. Basically, what happened was, so I'm using my Steam Deck for the first time because I thought this would be quite a good. I wonder if this would be good to like rejig everything. And I was obviously do it the 5 minutes before I started, and we meant to start about 20 minutes ago, and I failed badly, so we only started about 5 minutes ago. So yeah, that's all on me. Because basically, so I'm using my Steam Deck, and I recently bought a new dock for it, but for some reason the power doesn't work. So either the output for it's not high enough, or something else. So I need to check that out. But I'm sure it is. No, wait. Anyway, so yeah, I need to sort everything else out. Which does remind me, I need to turn this off. But anyway, and then what else was going wrong? What was I moaning about? Oh yeah, and I couldn't find a cable long enough for my microphone, but now I have. So yeah. But then there's this dickhead over here trying to mess with my brain, going, "This doesn't work. That doesn't work." Like it does work. It does. Oh,
Does it though?
it does. Right, I'm going to press nothing now because clearly me pressing things just screw things up. So this is attempt number 2. Leave me alone. I'm ill still. All right, I'm ill.
Well, we should have a tally.
So we're on 2 at the moment. That's always good.
Do you know what?
What?
If you're listening to this now, everyone comment below how many times do you think we'll have to restart this podcast?
Wow, I feel very, very called out. Thank you very much.
Hey, it's my job to.
No, it's not really your job. You don't have to. You know, you really don't have to.
But who else will then?
No one. You don't have to. Just ever. Just saying. Just saying.
But where's the fun in that?
Where's the fun in that? Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I was going to do a podcast about the review of AnimeCon UK, and it will come. I honestly, that will come, but I've decided just to swerve a little bit because I'm a photographer, Chapman's a photographer. To do an AnimeCon review, I feel like we need a cosplayer, and again, still being head foggy, ill, I was like, oh no, I forgot this, forgot that. And then this news turned up this morning. So we're recording this on the Monday, and the news came out that is it the Princess of Wales? Because it's a Prince of Wales. Do you call Kate Middleton?
I believe it's Duchess.
Duchess of
Duke and Duchess, right?
Could be, yeah. Well, anyway, Kate Middleton released a photo over the
Prince William and the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall and Cambridge.
Yeah.
Formerly. Yeah, so Prince and Princess of Wales, I believe.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, anyway, Kate Middleton released a photo over the weekend after her surgery, which I gave no blind. Didn't give any interest to it because I'm not saying I'm an anti-royalist, nor I'm a royalist, but I just think good for her. But she just released a photo after her surgery, and I went, cool, thumbs up, power to her, and all that. Didn't care. And then it turned out, a few news outlets started to kill the picture. And what they mean by that is just to drop the picture, because it turned out it was edited, and like going, oh, that's weird. But when I first heard the news, I wasn't even one bit like bothered by it. I mean, I'm giving away my point of view of all of this. I don't know if Chapman's the same, but we'll get to his point in a minute. But yeah, I was just like, oh, I wonder if this is a good, interesting story to talk about, a good podcast, because we in the cosplay community, I think, expect, see a lot of altered photos. I don't know. And I know I've done this probably subject before, but with this that's just happened today, I'd like to talk one about the photo and then personal reactions to it. So I need to Google this now. Hang on, Kate. Because I found an article that showed every part of the edit and I went, cool. So I will pull up a link to an article which kind of like explains or shows all the inaccuracy of it. And I'll put it this way. If you didn't really look hard enough, it's fine. It's basically Kate with her she's got 3 kids.
Yeah.
I thought she had 2. Wow, they really are making sure Harry doesn't get anywhere near the throne. Jesus. Anyway, so what was I saying? So Kate released this photo, and one, because it's Mother's Day just gone in the UK, so happy Mother's Day to everyone there. And it's I don't know how hard people looked just to really poke holes at this. But I mean, the one of them is like one of the kids got their fingers crossed. The one in the green jumper, I don't know does it say who's who? Anyway, him.
Photo now.
Do I have to Google Lens it? Should we Google Lens it? Hang on. See what does Google Lens say? Gotta love Google. Gotta love Google. Open. Yeah. Hang on. Who's that?
I believe that is Prince Louis.
No, it's just giving me every article about this. Every picture's bringing up that picture.
It's Louis, the youngest, right?
Is that the? I don't know. I'll take your word for it. But yeah, but he's got his fingers
He's
crossed.
the youngest.
Yeah, but basically he's got his fingers crossed, and I would have thought that'd be the biggest thing that people noticed out of it. I probably should have researched this. Because hang on, okay, so it sounds like Kate actually made this photo. She actually like cut and pasted it herself. So she has now admitted it's been edited, which again I'm like going cool. I mean, that's I don't know. It's just anyway. Let's talk about the picture itself. So to describe the picture, those who haven't seen it, but I'd be amazed if you somehow missed this. But basically, as I was saying, it's Kate with her 3 kids. I'm assuming the eldest at the back, the youngest boy to the left of the picture, and the daughter to the right. She sat down outside. Looks like quite a nice, idyllic countryside photo. And yeah, I mean, at a quick glance, Chapman, when you saw this, I know I told you first about it because you didn't hear about this news, did you, today?
No.
What have you been doing all day? Actually, don't answer that. But when
Well,
you saw
for people who are wondering, I was making apple pies.
oh, where's mine?
It's in the mail, along with your Yorkshires.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. When you first saw the picture, even though I told you it's been edited, would you have thought it was edited?
Well, when I first saw it, I just glanced it. I didn't notice the fine details, so I wouldn't say. But I wasn't even aware of this photo's existence,
Yeah.
so it's hard to say. But once you did say it was edited, it was quite easy for me to see where the edits were made.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like I must be quite blind then because I can't see a thing.
Really?
Like, well, like I said, you have to zoom in on certain bits. So the obvious one that you can spot is that if you look at the daughter on her sleeve, her right hand wrist area. Apparently, you can see the cuff area, the collar. Is it collar? No, it's not collar. What do you call the bit of the wrist of the sleeve?
The sleeve?
Sleeve, but the end part of it.
The sleeve?
Is it a sleeve? Okay, the end part of the sleeve. Apparently, you can see a very disjointed, hard edge, which then goes into her arm. But like I said, looking at a far distance, I don't think I could see that. But that's one of the clear indicators this photo has been edited, and things like that. And what else? Okay, I'm assuming you're looking at a picture that shows you where all the telltale signs that it's been edited. What did you notice then first before you saw the article then?
So for me, the first thing I saw was the weird finger.
Where's the weird finger?
If you look on Prince Louis, the boy on the left of the photo, do you see how he's got his crossed fingers, but the one next to it, it looks like it's either bent in or it's been cut off.
Okay.
And then if you see that, then you see like the tiles and all the kind of like wood thing. There's a Z in it. It's like
Yes, that's someone else that pointed that out on the article. I've lost the article that I saw earlier that pointed literally everything. See if I can find it while you're talking. Keep going.
yeah. So I started noticing that, and then kind of like I just started looking at the faces, and I see like wobbly lines across the windows. Do you know when you use the liquify tool and it just becomes wobbly?
I don't know. I think that's just an old window, if I'm really honest.
No, even if it's an old window, it shouldn't kind of like bend up and down.
Mm,
So if you look, it looks like someone's used a cloning tool,
yeah.
and then it's just kind of like not properly cloned. And then when you look at the princess, her face, Kate's face, you could see the hair, the hair between like the mum and the daughter. It's a little bit weird for me. So you can clearly see it's like being cropped out or cut out a bit, and it's an unusual focus. It's just like because we take photos a lot, we see when how a focus should work in a photo, right?
Mm.
And if you look at around her face, you can see the focus is very weird. Like there's
Oh
a lot
yes,
of
yes.
things in focus, but yet
Mm.
there are some things that aren't in focus at the focal point.
Yeah.
Like how is her face so in focus and like hair on one side is in focus, but it's so blurry on the other?
Mm. Well, yeah, but that's but mobile phone blurring, shall we say, bokeh effect. The artificialness of it, I've seen it happen. I've seen it being applied straight away, and I'm going, okay, then
But
it detects the edges and do it that way around. I know what you're
if
saying.
you look at the sleeve of the prince that's hugging her around her head, why is that all in focus then?
Mm. Yeah, yeah,
These are just the things only things I've spotted so far. I don't know what art, but I think the independent one I read earlier
yeah,
highlighted her zipper, I think, and then the skirt and sleeve part you said before.
yeah. That's like, I mean, there's like, it was it because they circled her Kate zipper, so it does not appear to line up with the photo. It's like I don't even know if I can spot that or not. Really, they're saying that they pointed out that the wedding does not appear on the. Oh, okay then. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did wonder why they circled her hand. So yeah, there's a few points about it, and just like I just it's amazing how people spot these things. Like it might be because I'm not looking for it. I'm not trying to like spot the inaccuracy of it. And one, do you think did she actually make this photo herself and then like use things like I don't I can't imagine. I don't know why I don't imagine Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, going to the app stores going, oh, I'm going to download these photo manipulation apps. Oh, yes, download this one. I can only imagine her phone is so locked down that all she can do is receive a phone call. I mean, I remember watching an interview with Barack Obama, and apparently he had a BlackBerry for years during his presidency, and then he was given an iPhone. He was the first president to be given an iPhone. But because of what it can do, they literally locked down everything about that phone. So he couldn't even use the camera on it. I think couldn't download apps. All he could do was, I think, was send and receive calls and deal with his emails. That was it.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm very not saying concerned. I'm not saying that. I find it weird that she has access to a phone that could go live type of thing because we know what the royal family are like. They are very controlling of the things that happen outside of their of within their walls. It's something, if they want to tell someone the news of a certain incident, they will dictate how that news goes out. Anything within the walls stays within the walls. That type of thing. All right. So are we to believe Kate did this? Or maybe she asked one of her, how do I put this politely? Let's say friend. Her helper, shall we say, to like actually create the photo for her, but she's taking the flak. I don't know. I'm just saying. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it could be possible, but I don't see like I believe in honestly. I don't think they're as busy as most people think they are.
Hmm.
So I think it could be possible that she's picked up Photoshop or she's trying to learn Photoshop as a hobby.
Yeah.
Because like I believe I read somewhere where they checked the XXIF that
Hmm.
was taken on a Canon.
Yeah.
So you really wouldn't edit photos from a Canon on your phone, right? Would you really though? Like, would you put a very big photo that's taken on a Canon or a Nikon or any like mirrorless or DSLR camera on your phone to edit because of how big it is. It's super hard to edit, right? Especially with how sensitive a phone is. You can't really edit properly like we do with graphics tablets and pens or mouse and keyboard.
Hmm.
So I don't really think it's on a phone. I think, yeah, she might have picked up Photoshop because I remember reading that she had a hobby of photography as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's completely possible she's just done this because I assume working with children is super hard. Even if it's her own children,
Hmm.
they might not all get the best photos. Because, I mean, think about it. Look at those family photos every Asian family takes during every occasion.
Oh God, don't.
How many perfect photos have you ever gotten?
Oh
And
God.
how many retakes of a photo did you have to do? So I'm thinking, like, especially because it's being royalty, they want the perfect photo, which is,
Oh,
let's be honest, impossible.
absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. It's the facade that the royal family have to be perfect and all that. I don't know if I want to tell you this story now. Oh God, shit.
Podcast extra.
Okay, no, shit. I know this. No one's going to find these photos because my mother will never let these out of her sight. Oh Jesus Christ! This was like years ago. Years ago, when we were in Hong Kong, and my mother had convinced us to go over to China and do a bit of shopping. Part of that day, she found a photo studio, but one of those cheesy Chinese backdrop and all that. They'll give you makeup and all that, and get you dressed up and all that. My mum convinced us to get all dressed up and do like a few of these photos, and oh my God, I look so like, I don't know, but basically it's the traditional Chinese jacket and bowl hat type of thing, and I looked so dorky in it, and I really was uncomfortable in it, and I'll never see the light of day. I don't think my mum has a picture on a canvas with me on it, but my sister does. My sister has the grandeur of that. She has a canvas picture that my mum said, I want that on a canvas in our family home, and I'm like going, thank God it's not me. So yeah, to be fair, my sister looks good, but I didn't know I didn't, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So yeah, no, Kit Chapman, no, you're never going to visit my family home, never.
I just messaged your sister and asked if I can
You
see a
don't know my sister
photo.
at all,
You
do you?
tag your sister in every one of your photos.
Yes, but she doesn't talk to people.
Yeah, I've also met your mum before, so I could just
Ah,
say, Mom,
shit. Oh shit.
you
Oh,
brought this on yourself for some
I know.
reason.
I genuinely thought I met my mum. Shit.
For
Um,
people who want context, at AnimeCon, Eddie started calling his mum all of a sudden and just introduced me through a video call. No, was it?
Oh
No,
no, that was Megacon. That was
it
it?
was MegaCon.
I
Yeah,
think it was Megacon. Yeah, yeah.
it was the weirdest situation. I was like, "Why are you introducing me to your mom?"
My mum doesn't believe I know other Chinese people. She thinks everyone I know is English.
Fair, you don't
Yeah,
speak Chinese.
thank you very much. I'm actually going to put up the BBC article as well as the independent articles. It's got two versions of different things that I've spotted. Because there's something about the child's jumper they pointed out. So hey, I'm trying to get to number 2. Oh no, it's the hand. It's on the hand. Apparently, yeah, it's a bit blurry and all that. Okay, it's interesting. You think Kate actually did edit this photo herself? Because with all modern technology, the reason I would say it would be still possible to do it on a DSLR camera and then import it to phone, because the modern day cameras now have Wi-Fi capabilities, so you can Wi-Fi the photo across 2 devices now, and then edit it on a iPhone or an iPad, whatever. So I wouldn't be surprised that's the case. Um, the other reason I was going to pick up was that if Kate did do this, and this is the thing I mentioned like months ago when I first heard about this. So I'm not suggesting this is what was used on this photo, but when Google came up with their keynote speech about their new upcoming phone, the Pixel 8 and the 8 Pro, one of the features on it was called best take, I think, or best shot, and basically it would find all the photos that were done in succession. So if you did 10 photos in a space of like 2-3 seconds, and no one moved dramatically, but everyone was like doing different faces, blinked, whatever, you can ask the phone to find all those photos, pick out the person's faces, and then pick the best face on each face. So even if you have 4 people, you can individually tap on the face and say, I didn't like that face, change it. Didn't like that face, change it. That one's okay, the other one is okay. So in a sense, that photo doesn't exist. You've manipulated it so that it's the perfect photo. As you were saying earlier about Kate was trying to make the perfect photo. Have you heard about this feature on Google phones?
I haven't, no. But also, I was just thinking, like, what I've read about it is like the XF data shows that it's Canon. It's been edited by Photoshop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
And
suggesting that this was used with Google or anything like that. I'm just saying that feature exists. But I'm just saying you said you couldn't believe this was not done on a phone. I would suggest that photo was transferred to a phone for it to then to be changed. If that's one method of doing it, she could have taken that photo, put it onto her desktop computer, and edited it that way as well. Absolutely plausible and things like that. And things like that. It's I mean, I knowing the royal family and all that. Not saying I really know them. I'm a bit amazed that this was allowed to be out in the open, in the wild. If you get what I'm saying, it's like, why wasn't this like scrutinized first before released to the media? I don't know, but maybe no one's actually ever got questioned about the quality of the photo until now, if that makes sense.
yeah, but also, who wants to be the person that questions the royalty?
Remember the image of the royal family in my eyes. Like I said, they have to appear to be perfect. They have to appear that they are above it all, and you know they can't do no wrong. And this is kind of like the first divot in the armor that this is the case that they are. Oh my god, they're infallible. They have faults. Oh my goodness.
True.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks for agreeing. Cheers.
Yeah,
No.
it's just there's a lot to take in, like a lot to consider, and like a lot to like process in a way.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this is the first time this type of thing has happened. Do you think they weren't expecting this to happen?
I think they weren't expecting this to happen. Also, I believe this might be like there could be a possibility of so many things that we don't know. Maybe this is like they're rushing to get a photo out for Mother's Day, so they didn't go through the right channels, they didn't go through quality check, or it could be someone new who's not done a proper job.
Yeah.
You never
Yeah.
know.
No, absolutely. Like, it could have been rushing, and like I said, she just come out of surgery. I can't remember what the procedure is. I wonder if the article mentions it.
Abdominal surgery.
Thank you very much. And yeah, so she's like, "Oh, I want to look good," and things like that. And I don't know. Now, so I should have mentioned this at the right beginning. You might be thinking, why is Eddie talking about a photo by Kate and editing photos? This has nothing to do with cosplay. Here's my take on this. It's like, I didn't care this photo was edited. I think the only thing I really care about was like how shoddy it was edited. That's the only thing I really cared about. It's like, oh, the daughter's arm sleeve was just really badly done. The zip on her that doesn't line up, I don't think I would have really noticed. The janky floor with the Z, what's it on the window bottom of the window door? I don't think I would have really noticed unless someone pointed out to me. The wedding finger, the wedding hand, the wedding ring being missing. Again, wouldn't really notice these things I don't really notice. But obviously, I would have noticed it when someone points it out to me. So that's the bit where I'm hurt as a photographer, stroke editor, and things like that. But it's the notion that we're all criticizing her for wanting to get a really, she wanted to get a perfect picture out. Like, we in the cosplay community, the amount of times I get messaged from time to time, and I won't name names. They do say to me, "Oh, Ed, can you make sure this is okay? This is okay." "Oh, I wasn't having a great day. Can you just suck me in a little bit? Oh, I've got a spot on my face, things like that." Charlotte Warwick would always say, if it's something that would have been not there in 2 weeks' time, yes, you'd remove that. So if you have got spot things like that, that's fine. If you were having a bloaty day and you're not usually that bloaty, all right, we'll help you suck it in a little bit with liquefy and things like that. So I think as a cosplay photographer, I wasn't too amazed that Kate did this. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised. This has been going on for years. It's just that we've only now noticed it. What's your take on that? Am I talking out my ass, or is it? Have you got the similar point to me that even though you only just heard about this an hour ago, were you like, why is everyone throwing their arms up in the air about?
To be honest, I really could not care anymore. Like, if they want to edit photos, they can edit photos. It's their prerogative. It's up to them. I think why it's such a huge stir right now, and you said it so rightly earlier on, I don't know if you're recording then, but people are talking about AI taking over, AI photo manipulation, AI art. I think this is because of the trends. Like, let's be honest, if this was done maybe 3 or 4 years ago, before this whole boom of AI stuff, would people really care? Like, some people will take notice, but it won't be this big of an article, right? I think this is just like so big right now. It's because people are going, "Oh, it could be AI. Is this AI? Are the royal family using AI?"
Yeah. And yeah, I'm like, we all know that. Well, I say we all know. I'm not saying we all know. I think we kind of know that the world is going towards an AI generated type of world now. And yeah, I don't think I was recording at the time when I mentioned it, but yeah, I wonder if people. I don't think they mention, "Oh, is this AI generated?" But I think that's part of the narrative in people's back of minds, maybe, or at least the reporter's mind, maybe, as it's a gateway to it. And I'm like, I don't. Again, I just don't know what. I mean, I said the general public, why they've gone so over the top. Well, in my eyes, over the top by this. It's like, who wouldn't want perfect pictures seen by anyone? Remember, social media, we all post pictures as the best versions of ourselves, which is just a snapshot of time. We don't see the rest of that time. We rarely put up things that say, "Oh, I'm having a shit day. Oh my God, some bird pooped on me. Please take a picture of me." No one's going to do that type of thing. So I don't know why people have this innate version that they think, "Oh, Kate Middleton can't be seen not to have, not allowed to have a bad day," and things like that. It's like, let her have a bad day. I think this is our fault that we've kind of like pushed her into this type of notion, if that makes sense. But I wonder, I wonder in the cosplay community if everyone's really gone, "Oh my God, Kate, how dare she edit photos?" What do you think?
I don't think actually anyone cares, to be honest, especially from cosplay community side, because, well, depending on which side of the cosplay community that is. I mean, if you think about how cosplay photos are here, most people will edit your photos in some way. There will be like a lot of people asking fixed blemishes, like you said before. But if you also look at the cosplay community in Asia, oh my God, have you seen the level of editing?
Mm.
It looks like it's AI generated. Like, you no longer look human. You look more cartoon avatar than human in these photos.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, generally I don't think the cosplay community really cares at all, because like the trend is,
yeah.
yeah, photos are edited.
So what I mean by care, I don't think they care about this story per se, but the notion of editing a photo, especially in the mainstream, are they relating that? "Oh my God, they can't do that. Oh wait, I'm editing my photos, or my photos are edited for me to be picture perfect." If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's like just like, oh, they're editing photos. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That
And,
that, that shows
yeah,
the point. Because
yeah, go on.
yeah, I was just thinking like going back. I don't think the cosplay community really does care too much when someone overly edits photo, unless it's like super outrageous.
Mm.
Um, but it's always the general public that goes overboard with this. I mean, remember when that photo of Kim Kardashian, that champagne bottle on her butt?
That was so ridiculous.
Yeah, so I think it's more of the general public who's not who's who's unfamiliar with the concept of photo editing
Mm.
that they're making such a huge fuss. I mean, like if you look at a fashion magazine, how many of those photos have been edited? How many
Oh, yeah.
blemishes have been removed? Like no one has images or has picked like perfect skin without a single uh, blemish, a single wrinkle, freckle, or even a hair out of place. That is not possible.
Mm. Oh, absolutely. And,
So, yeah. So I think this is just going back to because the general public isn't aware of
mm,
photoshopping or editing is a thing. So when they see it and they point it out, they start causing a huge panic. I
yeah.
mean, look at all the funny meme photos of people that put on Tinder of super edited photos that look more cartoon than human, and
I
people still accept it.
Yeah, I to be fair, I've heard about it, not really seen it. Um, yeah, and things like that. I mean, as a photographer, when you look at that photo, do you really think it's that badly edited?
No, I just think it's like good try, keep working on it, and you'll get better. That's it.
Yeah, you know,
Like
we all make mistakes and all that. Like I said, I first looked at this picture and went, "Cool, it's a picture of the royal family. Cool, move on." I didn't.
I, I I wouldn't even call it mistakes or thing. It was just like attention to detail is that's it. Like
Hmm,
everyone just needs to slowly grow on how much attention to detail they grow or how much effort they want to put in.
yeah, I think I've just come to a conclusion that I'm already desensitized to these type of things. I'm used to it. I'm I'm expecting photos to be edited. It's just that, like I said earlier, I think I'm a bit annoyed or just a bit disappointed at these mistakes was actually found out quite quickly. And it's really interesting. The press sent out a message to say, kill this photo. We're not going to use it. They literally did say to every outlet that they'd used it from, say, please do not use this photo. It does not uphold to our standards. And I'm like, that's interesting that if I ever try to like send a photo into the press, that I have to uphold to a certain standard type of thing. Do I have to be disclosing that this photo has been edited and it's, part of it's used by generative AI?
Hmm.
It's yeah, just thinking about it's quite interesting that there's a moral code within the in the press industry, and
I
that
don't think
just
it's just press industry. I think every industry uses it. Like I'm just sending you some examples. Um, like even children's toy has bad editing.
oh god,
I mean,
yeah.
even Argos has it at one point. There was this guy with three arms, like he was hugging his wife, his daughter, and his son at the same time.
I mean, it could be possible. Hang on, let's. Oh my. Oh, gee. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The girl that's holding a sign that in the show that isn't holding a sign.
That's Kendall Jenner, I believe.
Oh wow. She's probably not even wearing a mask then. Oh god, went the wrong way. Just saw a Oh, okay. How is she looking at us and looking through the mirror as well? Oh my god, that's weird. That's just wrong. Oh no, Jesus Christ. I don't know if I could
Yeah,
use the.
these are like so for people who are unaware, these are just like examples of badly photoshopped images that are widely available in public. These are photos that are on toy packaging, photos that are on Amazon products, uh, literally even adverts.
So the trampoline that's merged as a swimming pool is so bad. Oh Jesus Christ! But hang on, talking about badly manipulated photos, it just brings me like Amazon. when any time there's a shoddy product being sold, and yet it's always like a stock photo of whatever they're trying to sell. Like, let's say it's an office product, and it's there, and they're not there, and it's like you can tell it's been photoshopped in badly, but we all accept it for what it is. Because it's because the level of the editing is that bad, we just accept it.
I believe so, and also like this image I'm about to send you. Can you spot the problem? The one I just sent you.
Hang on. Is it the magazine one?
Yes, it's from a German magazine. I believe it's German.
The fingers?
Look closely.
Oh god, feet! How many feet have they got? Oh Jesus Christ! They've each got 4 foot each. Not in height, literally 4 individual foot. Oh god, that's wrong. But the fingers
Yeah, and
weird as well.
this is released in like a magazine, an official magazine.
Yeah, I think I think I was watching one of Dave Gorman's shows, and there's a one about I think Kylie Minogue or something like that. Minogue. Hang on. I can't find it. I can't be bothered. I'm sure he's talked about this as well. I just think, yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, I just it's interesting where different industry allows bad editing, as compared to that.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's just like in the cosplay community, if we see bad editing, let's face it, we all make fun of it. We all make fun of it. And it's not nice. I will, straight up say that straight away. But the same token, it does happen. And I'm sure my photos were laughed at when I first started editing photos. It didn't, it wasn't probably to the level of I was trying to be, and adding SFX to it and things like that. But when I was doing just like color correction, and now I look because when I ever look at my old work, I do think, oh god, why did I make that decision? Why did I do it that way round?
Yeah. I mean, like, that's what I said. Like, okay, good luck, try again, because it's so common to see photos edited.
Yeah, it's just weird.
But I
Yeah,
just think it's like people like to point it out because it's just like the huge topic, like because general public aren't so common with it.
yeah, no, absolutely, and yeah, but we all see it every day on Amazon, in magazines, things like that. Some other social media posts and things like that. It's just really interesting that the royal family, and I'm not suggesting they should be exempt from being scrutinized like this, but they've been put into a higher tier. But like I said, I find it very interesting. I couldn't give a shit, but I don't know if it's because it's the royal family, because I don't give a shit about. I'm not trying to, let's say, just repeat, I'm not being an anti-royalist or anything like that. I'm just saying it doesn't bother me too much. That's all. But yeah, I just don't know what else to say or think about it really. But I think the reason I brought up it, I wanted to make this as a podcast subject, because I think, do we need to start thinking about how we look at our photos ourselves when we publish them online and things like that? Should we start questioning, should I be editing this photo? Should I be doing this and doing that? And there are definitely pros and cons to it. I can think of one person who edits their photos, and I just think, I know that's not what you look like, but I understand why you do it, because you're doing it so that, one, you're making yourself happy. You want to present a version of yourself to the world that you are happy to see and others to see, even though I know in my head that's not you in the public. All right? But is there a danger of that we're trying to reach, picture perfect, which doesn't exist in a sense?
I think there is that danger, but I think it's also we have to educate people that we have to get back to reality. We can't make everything picture perfect as photographers or editors.
Hmm.
Like we will want to try and keep a sense of reality. unless you're in like Asia and you want the Asian style cosplay photos where they
Oh
turn you
God,
into
yeah.
an absolute anime doll.
Yeah.
But honestly, as a photographer, our goal is to capture the moment, right? We're
Yeah.
just capturing the experience. It's not our job to turn what the experience is into something that looks picture perfect,
Mm.
or well, not picture perfect, wrong word. That doesn't make it look like um too unrealistic.
Mm. Yeah, because I
Like
think that. Yeah, because I think like we were saying earlier, I think that we kind of expect it in our community anyway, like a bit of skin smoothing, a bit of tucking in here, maybe
a little
adding,
liquefying.
yeah,
uh,
adding a bit of brightness to the photo, things like that. Or taking a spot, like a blemish, like a spot, things like that, out of the photo. But like I
mm,
said, is there a point where we're ever crossing that line, or is it because we know these photos are being edited, we take it with a pinch of salt, actually no one gives a shit about it?
I personally just don't give a shit. I'm gonna be
No,
honest. I can't speak for everyone,
no,
but I
absolutely.
personally just
We're
don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly, and we're both photographers, so that, and we don't have a cosplayer here to defend their corner of the community. So I totally understand this is a fairly, I wouldn't say biased, but it's a very singular point of view type of Q&A that we're doing.
Mm,
You know, but yeah, like I said, it's I do think and sometimes worry about the amount of social media we see online, and we kind of all know it's manipulated, and I somewhat think that that leads to also then mental health, that we all get a bit down by it and go, oh, that photo is so brilliantly done. Okay, they can see it's done by a photographer, and therefore they go, oh, okay, then this, we understand that it's been edited in that sense, because we know, they probably know by association that that photographer does uh editing of that level, so there's some allowance for that. But
mm.
yeah, it's just, I don't know, I think I'm trying to turn the narrative to say, should we be worried, but it sounds like I'm already took myself out of it, because we all accepted, we all agree that this is an allowed thing, right?
Yeah, I believe it's an allowed thing.
Yeah.
Like the this is the way it has been and is going to be. I
Mm.
believe for years to come.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that stops this is when we as photographers stop editing our photos and rely on AI, or more specifically, not us as photographers, but our models just use our photos and use AI.
Mm. I mean, what's your opinion on AI um editing of a photo?
Uh, so this is a very complicated thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
for
mean,
me,
before you answer, then let me help you with my point of view, and people know this. It's like, I have used generative AI to help edit my photos, only on background stuff, to get rid of people, maybe to add a continuation of the bush area, the trees, maybe add a bit more foliage, things like that. Um, I think the most I've done to a photo is add a fire to someone's hand, because obviously I can't just light the person on with gasoline and a flick of a match. That will be a bit too far, I think. Um, but I freely admit using it, and I do write it on my articles. If you go to my website, which photos have been I've used AI generated to edit my photos and things like that, and I don't see why I should stop.
mm,
Though I give myself the reasoning that I tell people I've used AI on the photo, I give a disclaimer for it. I can't see why I should stop.
fair. So for me, um, I don't mind AI too much as long as it follows the rules.
What do you mean by follow the rules?
So for me, if it's my own photo, I've taken it, I have the rights to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind using AI on it myself. But if it's something that you don't own the rights to and you use AI on top of it, I am hugely against that, and I feel that is stealing.
Mm.
So I think the best way to describe it is who owns the license for it.
Mm.
So, for example, if I take a photo and someone pays me for a commercial license to use that photo
Yeah.
and then throw it through AI, I do not mind it at all because
Yeah.
I've already been paid for my work and it's a commercial license. The
Mm.
commercial license allowed them to use that photo in whatever they see fit in a commercial sense.
Yeah.
I'm I fully allow that. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But if they go and take a photo straight from my Instagram, throw it through AI generation, I will be not happy because that is completely different. You haven't got the license to it, you haven't got permissions for it,
Mm.
and that just adds my photo into the databases of whatever that AI is,
Yeah.
whether it's Midjourney or I don't know what the other one's called.
Yeah.
I'm only
Yeah.
aware of Journey.
No, Midjourney's the famous, the most known one for creating AI art. I should
Yeah,
say that. Adobe, for what they say, and this is what I'm using to edit photos with, they are saying they are using non-copyrighted material. Doesn't mean they're not using photos that are found on social media or online, that is
yeah.
within the realms of non-copyrighted materials and putting it through their engine and all that. But part of me thinks is that I swear I've used photos to edit things to like add layers to it, if that makes sense. So I've used it as an overlay type of thing. So where's I know there is a difference, but from your point of view, where's the difference between taking an image or an item as an overlay and add it to a photo to an AI generated where it's picking very small parts of an image, amalgamating to a blender to produce part of an either AI generated edited photo or part of AI art. In my mind, AI edited work and AI art are two different things.
It's like I said, if you have the license for it, it's done officially. Yeah, use it.
Hmm.
But if it's not done officially, then I am completely against it.
Mm. So it's not the output itself that you're worried about AI. It's the in a sense where
Process.
it's the
Yeah,
process of it.
the origins and the process.
Yeah, that's it's really interesting because I think from my point of view, but I don't know it's because I'm using AI generated algorithms that if I discover that my work appears in someone else's work because of they use generated AI, I don't know if I would be that angry per se because a lot of things that I take photos of, I feel like I'm not saying copying, but I'm already using someone else's style and look, or an aspect of it from one person into my work, type of thing. So the idea is there any originality, original work? Sorry, originality in photography anymore? I don't know. It's I don't know. Is it here or I don't know. It's neither here nor there type of thing.
Mm.
You know. Um, but yeah, it's like no, like I said, it'd be very interesting going forward how this will go. This will be taken from both an editing photo point of view on a general mass level, because like I said, the power of editing a photo now, even a year ago, has changed dramatically.
Oh
And
yeah.
the fact that we have the Princess of Wales editing a photo and allow it to go out of the way it did, it's been scrutinized to this level. It'd be interesting how going forward, how they will then scrutinize other photos that are not the royal family and not um what's the word I'm thinking of? Not purposely edited in that way, if that makes sense, and things like that. Yeah, I just find it fascinating when people talk about edited work. Where has it gone too far? This, that, and the other. And then, like I said, the topic of AI work, it's really interesting. And those who have listened to the previous podcast, Kevin's really on the side of it. And you know, and I think we're the few at the moment that think, oh, actually, AI work is obviously it's here to stay, but it could be used for positive things. It's like you said, it's as from your side, Chapman. It's about where's that knowledge come from? Where's they've gotten that imagery from? Yeah. I mean, have you used it yourself? Like the generative AI in Photoshop. I'm assuming using Photoshop.
I have, yeah. I've used it for some photography work I've done before. I've used it for product shots. Product advertising is one of the biggest ones that uses a lot of AI, from what I'm aware.
Mm.
But I might be wrong, so don't hold it against me.
That's fine. How did that make you? How did that make you feel using it?
It's fine. Like I'm gonna be honest. If I'm taking a photo of a cereal, I'm not going to fly to the Bahamas for an incredible shot of a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
I'm going to use generative AI. And even, let's be honest, the photo of the cereal is not really cereal. It's a bowl with glue, PVA glue specifically, and a few pieces of the cereal on top with some more glue squirted on it. Yes, I'm sorry, people who sees food ads and think it's real. It's not real.
Man, if you just look up like TikTok or YouTube, the amount of like how these food adverts are made is unbelievable. What was it?
Yeah.
It's just,
Maple syrup on pancake is mostly
that's
oil.
that's it. I was trying to think of that one. It's like like the foamy stuff. Like I'm thinking
That
like
is soap and bicarb soda.
that's it. Yeah, and things like that. Yeah, it's just it's amazing how they do that. I'm trying to think what others I've seen. No, I can't think of it right now. But yeah, it is amazing how they have created those type of things. Things like like photos of Vitos for years. We don't get mad at that. So yeah, it's just I like I said, I find this type of notion very. I know I've said this before, literally 5-10 minutes ago, but I don't know if people talk about this enough about why do we get angry about this type of editing, yet this editing within the cosplay community is fine. But like I said, I don't think anyone in the cosplay community is really being I was going to say two-faced. Is that the right word? No, not two-faced, but you know what I mean? Like double standard. That's it, double standard. I don't think anyone in the cosplay community is being double standard about, Kate Middleton can't edit my photos, but I'm going to go and edit my photos here, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, I don't think anyone's really doing that, but it's just, I don't think people stop to think about it, that's all. So that's it, really. Yeah. I think we've come to the end of this podcast, really.
I believe we have.
Fantastic. If people, so this is the end of the podcast. Like, so this is clear. I've clearly not done a podcast in about 2 weeks, and I've already forgotten how to do it. Anyway, Chairman, thank you very much for being on the podcast. It's been very insightful. If people need to find you on the social media, if people want to hire you as a photographer whilst you're you're in between jobs, where can they find you?
Well, if people like my nonsensical ramblings, you could find me on chapmanlee.co.uk or on Instagram as LPC Photography.
Beautiful, beautiful. If you go to foodandcosplay.org/links, that's where you'll find all my social media links, such as Threads, Instagram. Yes, I said Threads. I'm still using Threads. I'm using it to replace Twitter. It's not going well, but I'm using it anyway. I'm posting as much to Threads as much as I was to Twitter. If you go to foodandcosplay.org/podcast, you'll find previous recorded podcasts with Chapman, with other guests, with other subjects. If you go to foodandcosplay.org generally, you'll find daily cosplay photos I put up with articles that I've either written or sharing, things like that. If you go to patreon.com/food and cosplay, you'll find the podcast extra there. And I really appreciate the people who have signed up. And I really should. Hang on. Oh, should I do it? I'll do a shout out. See if I can do a shout out. Can I do a shout out? Oh, yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. No. Fuck. This has backfired so badly. Shit. Oh, hang on. Right. So I know David supports it. Nick supports it. Another David. Oh, what's his name? No, I know he listens. Oh no, I don't know if he supports the Patreon, so I can't say that. Anyway, I think he does. So I'm going to give his name out anyway. Gareth, I know you support the podcast, so thank you very much. Just want to say thank you. If you want to get your name out, just tell me that you listen to the podcast, support it. Oh, I know Vaughan, Oily. He listens to the podcast. But yeah, just want to say thank you. These are all males. Gems and Mia, I know she listens to the podcast. Thank you. If you're listening to the podcast, do let me know. Put it in the comments somewhere. I need to get back to the podcast. No! I need to get back into. I was going to get back to the podcast highlight, the 1 minute reels. I need to get back into. It's loads I need to catch up on. Anywho, thank you very much, Chapman. We'll see you. I'll see you in a second for the podcast extra. If you're not going to come back, if you're not going to continue with the podcast extra, thank you for listening to the podcast. And I'm going to say goodbye, and he's going to say goodbye. So, bye, guys.
Bye.